Alrighty, good Wednesday morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro, just checking in with another First Alert update with our forecast as we're approaching the second half of the week. We've been talking about that shower chance for tomorrow, and of course we're tracking the Halloween forecast as well. First, I do want to talk about tomorrow because that is a day that we have been tracking for several days here in the forecast. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we are tracking for our Thursday. Now, I will say, as of this point here for Thursday, that rain chance really is still staying off to the east of us. I'll actually go ahead and go into our hour by hour. So this is what we currently have in our hour by hour going into Thursday. We have the system that starts to move north into Ontario, but the system is largely staying off to our east as we go into Thursday. So notice this here, even as we zoom in a little bit closer, this right here is at about 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We're still dry right here in mid-Michigan. It will be raining to the southeast of us though, and even tomorrow morning at about 8, we should actually still have some sun coming in for our northwestern areas too. And then as we go into the afternoon, we just have a couple of these showers that just barely start to come into the thumb. That's at about 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow too. Very light with any of those rain showers, so certainly quite a low rain chance when you take a look at mid-Michigan as a whole. And even still quite a different story on the other side of our area too. So Mount Pleasant, Clare, Houghton Lake actually likely still seeing some sunshine even as we go into our Thursday afternoon too. And any of the rain, if it even is able to reach in here, we do expect it to be pretty short-lived, essentially leaving our area by about 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening tomorrow. Now that's the hour by hour, the run of the hour by hour that we've had all morning long. Our most recent run should be in now, so I do want to show you that. So as I take a look at this here, or as we take a look at this here, this is going to be the first time too, so interesting to see what this is showing. Looks like it's showing pretty much about the same as what we're expecting. So tomorrow morning at about 8 in the morning, everybody is still dry in our area. By noon, that rainfall still just off to our southeast. It is struggling quite a bit, and even as we go into the afternoon, there we are by about 3 or 4. Notice that those showers are staying even a little bit farther east than they were in that previous run of the hour by hour too. So certainly looking like a low rain chance for tomorrow. Most of us should expect to stay dry even as we go into the evening. So if you're in Sanilac County or eastern Huron County, other than a few light showers tomorrow afternoon, again, things are going to be pretty quiet here for the most part. And we'll go ahead and take a look at our rain totals for tomorrow too, just to kind of paint the picture of the fact that this really isn't expected to be much rain at all. So there's the rain predictor, basically not even registering rain totals here in our viewing area. So again, certainly rain chance that's just missing us off to the east. Now, once we get behind the system, as we go over into our Thursday night and Friday morning, we then have a northwest wind taking over. So the northwest wind still holding on for Halloween. The Halloween forecast has actually been able to stay pretty steady for us so far, so we haven't had to make any major changes to that. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that Halloween forecast coming up right after this break. Alrighty, and welcome back here. We are going to be talking more about the Halloween forecast too, and I know Halloween's certainly one of the big days that everybody is looking forward to here at the end of the week. Now the good news is that the Halloween forecast has actually been staying pretty steady for us. So the northwest wind is going to generate a little bit of lake effect rain, but with it being lake effect, the majority of that is going to be on the west side of the state and even a little bit to the northwest of our area as well. So outside of a stray shower, say near Houghton Lake or Rose City or possibly near Harrison, we really aren't expecting much in the way of rainfall at all for Friday, especially as we go into the evening on Friday for trick-or-treating. So the trick-or-treating forecast here, otherwise we're just holding on to a mostly cloudy sky, a temperature of about 47 degrees at the start of trick-or-treating. So that 47 will feel a little bit cooler, especially with the northwest wind factored in. We'll have some wind gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. So that'll bring the wind chill down to about 40 degrees at times as we go into the evening on Friday. So that's just one thing I do want to make you aware of. If you're planning on heading out for trick-or-treating, just make sure that the trick-or-treaters are wearing a couple of extra layers underneath their costumes. Don't exactly think it'll be quite cold enough for the really heavy winter jacket, but still you'll definitely want to have a few warmer layers. And as far as temperatures go for Halloween, so we expect an afternoon high of about 52 degrees before we head down to the 40s there. That high of 52 is pretty close to the normal for Halloween days. So Saginaw and Flint, we would normally see a high of about 54 or 55 degrees. That's the average. And then about 50 degrees in Houghton Lake. So this weather, even though it certainly is cooler, it is actually pretty normal for this time of year. So still not quite a cold Halloween, not the coldest one we've had, not snowing like 2 years ago, but also not exactly warm in the 60s or the 70s like a few Halloweens have been as well. But certainly good news for anyone who is looking to go out trick-or-treating on Friday, that overall we aren't tracking any sort of soaking rain either. Now we also have right on our website, WNEM.com, we do have a link to a very comprehensive list of trick-or-treating times across our area. So there you are, right on the homepage of our website. That article is pinned right to the top. So if you click into that, 2025 trick-or-treat times across mid-Michigan. And as we scroll down through the article, you can see plenty of communities around mid-Michigan here with the time listed, if it is a community that does happen to observe trick-or-treating times specifically. So a nice list there right on WNEM.com. And if you happen to notice that we may have missed one, we do have an email there at the bottom of the article where you can also contact us and let us know of the time for your specific community that you do have in mind. But overall, again, pretty quiet fall forecast, I would say, as we go towards the end of this week. And then the upcoming weekend, that's also shaping up pretty nicely for us too. So as we go towards the weekend, we have seen those rain chances coming down just a little bit. So I want to show you that here in our forecast too. We are tracking for this weekend a little bit cooler weather, upper 40s, 47 on Saturday, 48 on Sunday. Previously, we did have those rain chances up a little bit higher, but as of now, we've completely removed the shower chance for Sunday, and even that shower chance on Saturday is very small too. So for all intents and purposes, really is going to be a dry weekend, just with more cloud coverage still holding on across our area here. So as we go into next week, we'll also see some low 50s trying to make a little bit of a return as well. But still, we're pretty much feeling like we're kind of over the hump now, really into fall weather for a little bit more of the longer term. So as we start off November, of course, we should expect some of these cooler conditions too. But that's about all we have for this morning update. Meteorologist Diane Phillips will be here at 2 o'clock this afternoon for another update with your forecast as we keep a close eye on that shower chance for tomorrow, and if there's any more fine-tuning to do for that Halloween forecast too. But still, with the way everything stands, we aren't expecting too much more change to that trick-or-treating forecast for Friday. We hope you have a great remainder of your Wednesday morning, and we hope you have a great afternoon as well.